I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was wreck me. I came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, I just closed my eyes and swung. Left me crashing in a blazing fall.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the new show. We got the Sony Pony Show going for you live. You guys asked for it. This is one of the recommendations. I think this is the top recommended show.
What?
I don't know who we're representing here. I don't know which pony is which. I've never seen.
Where's my daughter when I need her? She would tell me exactly who everybody is. Alex is Rainbow Dash. I got that. I think, Zach, you're Cutie Pie. So awesome. You are Cutie Pie, Zach.
Thank you.
But I don't know who I am.
Pinkie Pie.
It's Pinkie Pie, not Cutie Pie. Okay, Pinkie Pie, that's right.
Isn't like Fluttershy? I kept seeing that name when I was googling pictures of ponies. I don't know. And I know that's one of them. But yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. Sony Pony Show, where you have three fanboys raving about all the hip-hop happenings in the Sony world this week.
No comment.
No comment.
Not only do we give you fantastic Sony information, but we also give you the latest lingo. Hip-hop happening. How about that?
Isn't that what the cool kids are saying these days?
That's it, man.
I think that's what they're saying.
It's a great way to start off the show.
Yeah. So, I couldn't think of a new name that flowed as well as the Trophy Chasers podcast. The only recommendations I got were the Sony Pony Show, so I did something with that, and we kept getting people wanting the Miley Cyrus fan club. So, whatever. Had some fun with that logo. A little bit too much fun making that. So.
Funny stuff.
I think we're just gonna stick with the show. Most of the comments, people said that they like the name of the show, and we should just ignore all the other haters, I guess. So, which is usually what we do anyway. But I don't know. Like I said, I just felt like we were deterring more people than we were retaining. So we'll just stick it out. I don't know.
And then we'll make some haterade, because haters love to drink haterade,
Drink the
right?
salty tears of the haters.
What? I don't know about that.
We will toast their tears.
I don't want to toast their tears. Anyway, so
How are you guys doing this week?
I am suffering through a cold in the middle of summer. But other than that, I'm doing great. Enjoying The Last of Us for probably the fifth time, but in high definition and at 60 frames per second. Such a beautiful game.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. And the multiplayer.
I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. Just relaxing, catching up with anime, and I got the platinum in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows game. So that's definite.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest accomplishment in the year 2014.
Yep. Extremely.
You want to tell us your thoughts on that game? Because we did the Let's Play last week.
Okay, the game has its flaws, right? It has a lot of flaws.
What are those flaws?
It's not responsive, like the gameplay. You know, when you're watching it, you probably don't know something like this because you're not actually playing it, so you don't know. But when you're pressing buttons, there's like a delay from when you press something and what actually happens on screen. So it's not as fluid and responsive as a game like, the Batman Arkham games, but it's like you'll press something and it'll happen like a split second later on the screen. So it's really hard to get used to. It's almost, you have to be preemptive with everything that you do. You have to think about what you want to do beforehand instead of like in real time. So in that regard, it's very annoying. But when you get used to it, it can be really rewarding and extremely fun. And seeing when you've unlocked all of the moves for the turtles, it's just the combat. it just feels really Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles-y. You know what I mean? Like, because the brothers, they're doing like combination attacks where they like trap somebody in between their shells and then they like back up and crunch them, or they'll like bounce on somebody like when they're laying on the ground with their shell, and they call it shell shock. And you can do like all these combination attacks. It's really exciting when you're actually doing it and you know how to play. But before that, it's just boring and tedious and lame. So level up, and then you'll have fun. If you don't level up, you won't have fun.
You won't have fun.
No, because you have all of these lame attacks that you start off with, but you want to get like the combination moves, and so you keep those long combos going. You know what I mean?
So you didn't even touch on the multiplayer. How was that?
That was one of the many flaws. I mean, what can I say? It's like it had almost no effort put into it. I mean, it's like a different experience every time you go on there. So sometimes it'll be totally fine. You'll be playing the game normally. Maybe there's a little bit of lag. Sometimes you go into somebody else's game and there's like nothing there. Like, you don't see the enemies that they're seeing, and it's just like humans T-stancing inside of the ground. It's completely broken. Sometimes you can't see the HUD or the combo meter, so you don't know how much health you have. You don't know how much special meter you have. You're just kind of like mashing buttons. So it's a total mess. But when it is working, it's an okay experience. But you
Basically, if you weren't the host.
Sometimes I haven't been the host and I've still had an okay experience, but
okay.
You pretty much have to be the host if you want to guarantee that you won't have any problems.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. We all tried to play it last week, last Friday. We all got together. We got through like 2 levels before things started getting out of hand, and whoever wasn't hosting was seeing different enemies that weren't actually the same like species as the enemies we were fighting. They weren't reacting correctly. They were like just staying stuck in the floor. Sometimes they wouldn't even show up at all. It was very strange. So we got to like the final boss fight of the second level, and nobody except the host could see the boss.
Yeah. So that was a different type of difficulty.
Yeah,
the last day that I was playing the game and I went online, I was, just playing as one of the turtles, and then one of the like human players got stuck into the ground, and they were just running around and like they couldn't help us because they were just like, stuck down in the bottom of the floor. So we had to like, fight to survive by ourselves. Just the online's broken, and it really stinks that you can't play survival and the arcade mode online. You have to do it locally, so it would have really helped to have those. Oh yeah, I only had one freeze. Amazingly, the whole time I played, one freeze. But there were so many crashes where the game would it would take me out of the game and bring me back to the XMB, and I couldn't believe how many times it crashed. One freeze, but like 20 crashes.
That's not good.
But it would only crash at certain times, like in survival mode. If you press start in like the later rounds, the game just stops and it brings you back to the XMB. Like it quits you out of the game. So don't press start in the late rounds of survival. And guys, the game, it's got a lot of problems, but it's extremely stylish and a lot of fun if you like the turtles. So
way to end on a positive note there.
If you don't mind dealing with the frustrations of sort of bad combat.
Sort of bad.
It's a horrible game, combat. People.
Don't waste your time.
It's a remotely.
You're not gonna play it anyway.
Remotely workable game is what it is. And you need an award directly from the developer to having completed. They get the plat.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. The last trophy that I needed was beating all 20 rounds of their survival. The thing is, it's supposed to go beyond level 20. It's supposed to keep going until you die. But after I beat round 20, the game was crashing. It said saving, but it was like the screen was frozen. And I was like, oh man, I'm not going to get my trophy or my platinum. but it stayed like that for a second, and then I heard the ding, like the trophies popping up, but I couldn't actually see them because the game was frozen, and then it quit me out of the game. I went to my profile to update it, and then it showed that it was syncing. I was like, yes, I got the trophies. I was so worried I didn't get them. It takes like 30 to 40 minutes to get to that last round. So
Oh, wow.
it was I was so relieved to see that I got them because I did not want to do that again. It is, ugh,
Wow. Not good.
it was intense.
Did you play anything else this week?
No.
That's it.
I wanted to take a break after I got that. I wanted to. I didn't want to get any more trophies because I wanted to show people that it's possible, and you should go for it if you got the patience.
Awesome.
What about you, DMC?
Yeah, I've been living the life of The Last of Us, man. When I first got the game, it took a while to download, but I think I started playing maybe.
You get it digitally?
I got the digital version, PSN version.
Did you preload
because
it?
I couldn't wait. Nope, didn't allow preloading. At least I couldn't tell. Now, what I probably should have done, and what I've learned that this is a very good thing if you're ever using PSN, is that it's important to actually get out of PSN and come back to see if there's any updates, because you can only view your cache based on your initial sign in. So you literally have to come out of it, turn off the PSN, turn off your PS4, cut it back on, and then it'll refresh or reload whatever's being presented. So I could have probably preloaded it, but I didn't know, because I didn't turn it off, turn it back on until after 12 o'clock when I didn't see it. Anyway, once I did that, downloaded it, I finally got a chance to play right around 1 o'clock, and I tried to go out there in the multiplayer sessions
In the morning or the afternoon?
in the evening. I mean, well, in the morning, AM.
Okay.
Went out there to play, and it was absolutely dead. There was really not a lot of people out there, so I played a little bit of the single player. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't know if it was that night. I think it was that night, because I went to bed probably about 4 o'clock in the morning. We finally got some matches, got a few folks join in, and then the servers went down. Well, the servers went down because Naughty Dog realized that their matchmaking component was completely broke, and so they fixed it, and happy days from there on. But it's been playing it ever since, man. Probably one of the most addictive multiplayers that exists today, especially when you're playing with folks who actually know what they're doing. And I'm just trying to work through my single player so I can start my Grounded Plus and get the plat.
How do you typically play? Like, what's your build in multiplayer?
I typically, well, I'm still in the process of actually getting enough loadout points so I can do certain things. My typical build is I run single revolver, which is really suspect, especially when you get into a firefight. If you don't have a heavy fast weapon, you're going to get crushed. But single revolver, crafting, support, and love the interrogation mode. So, my main thing is get in there, push it really hard, knock out some people, upgrade my revolver to the max so that I can get quick fire rate returns, and play smart. But call outs are a big deal for those who are thinking about going into the multiplayer for The Last of Us. When you play with folks, you're able to actually communicate back and forth. It makes the game incredibly fun. You're instantly going to have a much better experience and success rate than who you're playing against, specifically if they're playing isolated. And one more point that I wanted to bring up, and this is something that we all can share in, for the last generation, a lot of us kept on hearing from folks who played the 360 only. They said, hey, we're so awesome because we have party chat. You guys don't have party chat. I can't even realize what it is to play without party chat. It is the most awesome experience ever, right? And we say, whatever, party chat, we don't need it. We can talk to whoever we want to talk to. Well, ironically, of course, now PS4 has party chat, but ironically, so in The Last of Us on PS3, anytime you went into the lobbies, you spoke to everyone, just like any multiplayer game. I can communicate with the folks I'm playing against, the folks who's playing with me. I can mute them if I want to. I can have a conversation. Awesome. Met a lot of friends playing The Last of Us that way. On the PS4, everyone who plays, especially if you know the people you're playing with, we play it in party chat. Now, what does that do? Well, we can hear each other. Awesome, right? But we can't hear no one else. If we have a random come in, because maybe we're only playing with 3 people, can't hear anything that person is saying, can't hear anything that the folks who just played against are saying. And most of the time, the community is super nice, right? If you had a great game, awesome. If you kicked my butt, awesome. Hey, you kicked my butt, dude. You're a great player.
That's a setting in the PlayStation Party, right? You can prioritize the game over the party chat, and then it'll fix that.
What? I tried that.
I should fix it. And then whenever
Hmm.
you're in one of those lobbies, it'll, if there's a chance for, like, I don't know how to,
Yeah, I
chance
hear
for
what you're
other people to
saying.
communicate, then
Then
it
we'll be
prioritize
able to
that
hear
over
it.
the
Yeah.
party. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried that and we didn't get the best return feed on the other. You know, what, I'm gonna try it again. Maybe that's just a server thing because I tried it and it didn't seem like it was working at all. Anyway, that was my little pet peeve. I hate that isolated party chat environment because it just sets you off from the rest of the world. So you know what? Tonight after the show, I will try it. We'll see what happens.
Cool. Enjoy it. Thanks for inviting me.
No, friend, you said I'm not gonna get it. I am gonna get the new Miley Cyrus game, and now I'm playing The Last of Us without you, Fliptriq. That's a sad thing. What about you, man? What you been playing?
I've been playing a lot more Final Fantasy 14. That hasn't changed.
No.
Yep. Getting close to the platinum. I just have one more boss, and then I'll have the hard stuff out of the way, and then after that, it's just profession grinding. But
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any
hopefully,
new
hopefully soon.
experiences in the
Any,
game?
what do you mean?
Anything that was kind of like cool that you haven't noticed before, or
No, I really like the raiding. We fought Ultima Weapon last night, and that was rough. I'm trying to do the last boss in the first raid. Her name is
are you in a
Twintania.
guild?
What?
Are you in a guild in the game?
Kind of, but my guild doesn't really do anything, so I've just been like playing with random people.
Like by yourself?
Not
Yeah.
really by myself, but with random other people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I don't know. I'm probably gonna try to put my own guild together, try to find some serious raiders, and actually make some progress in this game. So we'll see what happens. Aside from that, I've been playing Rogue Legacy. I picked that up on Tuesday.
By the way, I'm in love with that game. Just based on what you showed me earlier. All right,
hmm
tell everybody about that game. It is absolutely ridiculous.
So what it is, it's a roguelike, which is similar to like Spelunky. So every time you go into the game, it's a randomly generated layout of the castle that you're exploring. And basically, what's up, Justin? Basically, you're going through this castle. You have to go find four or five different bosses. Um, like I said, each time you go into the castle, it's different. And then when you die, you take all the gold that you have, and you can buy upgrades for your character. But you don't play as the same character every time. Every time you die, you play as one of your heirs. So it randomly generates the next branch of the family tree, and you pick which character you want. And they all have different traits, and various traits affect the game in various ways. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes you have a character that's really skinny and he can get knocked back by enemies. Sometimes you have a character that's fat or really, really huge, and then they can't get moved at all, and they actually do more damage. Sometimes you can have a character that's really small. Sometimes you can jump really high. Sometimes your character is gay. Sometimes your character's bald. Lots and lots of
What?
different traits.
What kind of downsides are there when your character is gay? Like,
That one doesn't really change much. There's like statues in the game. There's like male and female statues, and if you break them, one of them gives you a potion, like a mana potion, the other one gives you health. And if you're gay, then it kind of swaps those. So it's just like a little joke, I guess. I don't know, but it's a thing.
is there a reason why you'd want like a certain thing over another? Like, is there anything better than another thing?
It's all kind of circumstantial based on your play style and how you need to adapt for each of the bosses.
But
Um,
none of that means anything because the coolest thing in the world is what? When your character that you get has vertigo.
Oh, yeah, one of the traits is vertigo, and you have to play upside down. It
So
actually flips
yeah,
the whole game upside down, which makes it really, really difficult.
it's so awesome. So the person sees the world upside down. So as the player, you have to play upside down and you know what? And if I thought about it, I would ask Flip to present to show you a clip of him actually playing the game upside down to get through the level. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have that clip ready, but, um, but yeah, it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very, very, very difficult. That's the number one thing I heard before I started playing the game, because I guess it's been on Steam for a while. The longer you play, though, the easier it gets, because, like I said, every time you die, you get to use your gold to buy upgrades and upgrade your characters, and the upgrades carry over from heir to heir. So the longer you play, the stronger you get, and then eventually you can start you have an option to lock down the castle if you find a layout that you like, or you know where the boss is and you want to go like just farm the boss and try to get that down. You can pay the architect, one of the NPCs, to keep the castle the same way, and then you can just teleport to the boss every single time. So I'm on the last boss right now, having a lot of fun with it. It's very difficult and it's pretty good. It's kind of expensive though. It's $16.99 if you didn't pre-order it, which I think is a little too expensive, but I'm enjoying the game. I'm not regretting the purchase.
$14.99?
I don't know. I thought it was a very strange price too. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we need those $2 extra to break even.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, if you're looking for something fun, challenging, I don't know, if you liked Spelunky, I think you'd like this. It's very similar to that.
I saw the trailer. It looked hilarious.
Yep. But that's what I've been playing. Just a lot of that and a lot of Final Fantasy 14. I think I'm going to start playing Assassin's Creed 4 tonight. For some reason, I got in this weird...
Adventure?
I guess. Something. I got in this weird mood where I felt like I needed to play something completely different than I haven't played in a while.
Alright.
So I think I'm going to jump into Assassin's Creed 4 later tonight.
Do it, man. Black Flag, right? That's what Black Flag is, right?
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Love that game,
Have
man.
fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to run some Wolfpack, if you're thinking about going for the plat, and that's certainly the best way to level up, then let me know, man. I can re-download it. It's a very fun game to do that with, especially when you got a few folks to play with.
Oh, that reminds me. When I was looking at the Assassin's Creed 4 on my PlayStation 4, what's the homepage called? Dashboard, I guess. I don't know what they call it. Anyway, if you highlight that, there's an offer to download some Assassin's Creed Unity item. I don't know exactly what it's called. I sent you the link. I don't know if you checked it out, but I didn't mess with it yet. But if you look at the dashboard for Assassin's Creed 4, there's something you can go to, like log into your Uplay account and redeem it to get some in-game Assassin's Creed Unity item.
Awesome.
I don't know. So that's the thing. Anyway, so that's what I've been playing.
Awesome, man. We all been getting through it, man. All this post Destiny environment. But The Last of Us and Clippers will see how they play. By the way, guys, well, this is some beautiful, beautiful stuff. Just in case you're just looking, Google The Last of Us photo mode. There are some beautiful pictures out there of that environment. I don't know how the engine that makes these pictures look so much greater than what they are. And by the way, they're beautiful in game, but they make them look so much better. Second Son did this with the famous, and now The Last of Us is doing it. It's a staple, I think, for every game that comes out. Awesome art. Awesome art. It's just a slap in the face to anybody that questions whether or not gaming is an art. Whether it's theatrical, script by, certainly the building this world and then displaying it and presenting it in such a way that it actually is pleasing to the eye, whether it's abstract or realistic. It's absolutely wonderful. But check it out.
What are you talking about? I kind of
like
cut you
photo
off there.
mode, because it really allows you to enjoy all of the hard work that they put into the visuals of a game. Like, you really get to see it from every angle, and you really get to soak it in. You know what I mean? Like, you get to notice details that you might not have seen otherwise.
Yeah,
like
because it's so fast. They're so fast to go across.
Just like, so your eyes can't catch that, and it's just seeing it like in a photo and an angle that you weren't expecting. It can really, it could be like a screensaver. It's just that beautiful.
Yeah,
and I enjoy that about the photo modes in these games, like Infamous Second Son and Last of Us Remastered.
Talking about the photo mode in The Last of Us?
Yeah,
yes. just in general.
You taking lots of PS4 share pictures?
I haven't taken a single one of them yet, and I think I was gonna save that for my grounded run. Yeah, absolutely horrible, guys. I'm sick. Please forgive me. This is disgusting. But yeah, I'm gonna save it for then.
I was laughing at Alex, not you.
Yeah, well, still, somebody needs to laugh at me. I don't feel good. But yeah, man, that's my plan.
All right.
Grounded.
Yeah. All right. Anybody played anything else this week?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. We can jump into the news. We can start with the PlayStation Now, because I guess that just went to open beta This week or today?
Today.
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 Okay. It's kind of an odd day for that. I don't know why it did. But I've got the pricing structure pulled up
PlayStation
right
Now.
Yeah, PlayStation Now.
It's up on the PS4 PlayStation Store. If you guys haven't tried it.
Yep, the prices are a little bit ridiculous. My favorite pricing structure here is Back to the Future Episode 1. You can rent it for 90 days for $3.99, or now it's not loading, or you can download it on the PlayStation Network for free, and you could keep it. But yeah, the pricing structure here is kind of wonky. I don't know. Lots of games though. It's like every game they've ever had on PlayStation Now. It's like all of them are put together, and they all have prices.
But you actually have to pay. Like, even though it's an open beta, you have to pay for these things to be able to play it. So you might not want to go for it.
Hopefully they do a subscription model. I guess there's a lot of talk that they're going to. Otherwise, this doesn't appeal to me at all. It's too expensive and not really worth it. And every time I tried the service, it didn't really work out very well.
I'm gonna try it tonight with I'm about to Lost Planet 2, and I'm just gonna give it a chance. But everyone's right, and Black Magnus on the chat is spot on. They need to change it as soon as possible. They communicated that they're gonna offer a subscription service. We hear you, and they indicated that they're gonna drop the 4-hour rental from $2.99 to $4.99. It should be 99 cents. So we'll see what they come back with. They are literally making this thing a joke on the front end, which is horrible. All the good press that could have been associated with this is now being just inversed and dragged through the mud, especially off the very, very, very harsh comments that they made regarding EA service, regardless of what you think about it. And I don't think it's that awesome. But for those folks who love the sports genre that EA gives, and they don't go out there about every single instance that comes out, every year, well, then if they wait a year, they can get those things for basically $30 a month, depending upon what they present for you to play. And that is value.
Month, isn't it?
Well, $30 per a year. You're right, $5 a month. Okay. The $30 a year if you buy the annual package. Okay. And regardless of what one group or segment of a corporation might say, it may very well be a value to a large segment of the population that you serve. And so the reason why, in my opinion, that Sony withheld that is because they knew when they made that statement that they were coming out with a subscription service. And whether or not they asked for $5.99 per month or $7.99 per month or $10 per month.
It'll be 15.
It might be 15, but it's a pantheon of all these other games that folks can get into, not just a segment of one publisher, right, that primarily does sports games. Mm-hmm. That might be value. That might be value to me. I might want to pay $125 a year to play any game I want to, anytime I want to. I just don't like the verbiage that was being used. And so hopefully they'll soften that tone a little bit, and they'll hurry up and start giving us news that we can speak to.
I just think they need to have games on here that people want to play, because the majority of this list is like all... I don't know, where's the Uncharted? Where's the God of Wars? Where's the Last of Us should be on here?
We can't have those. You know why?
Why?
Those are all in the process of being remade and remastered.
Again.
Probably. But it's just like all this stuff, 90% of the stuff is all garbage. Who wants to play Ben 10 and Back to the Future and Adventure Time?
I'll play it as soon as I get the subscription. Alex, Adventure Time.
Don't let him fool you. That game's terrible. You're not going to be able to get the platinum just because you can't get through the game.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not going to after what you told me. But to give people an idea of why these prices are absurd, like Netflix, you get, unlimited movies and TV shows for $8 a month. But they want you to pay like $4 to stream a game for 4 hours. One game. So you can kind of see that it's not very friendly to the gamer.
Yeah. Somebody in chat's asking what's on the PlayStation Now list, so I'll go through the list again.
There's 120 something games.
122.
And it's gonna explode. That's a lot of games, but a lot of those games are you're gonna go through it right now, Flip. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Well, we're not gonna go through all 100 games.
I'm not reading them off. I'm just scrolling through it.
Okay.
Well, we'll start off with Adventure.
In alphabetical order, friends.
Wow.
Yeah, a few of these are pretty easy platinums. Like both the Ben 10s are on there.
Well, no wonder they didn't offer it for free then.
Well, they did.
To play during the open beta.
Yeah. When it was in closed beta, all this was free. Each week
Yeah.
they did like 12 different games, and they cycled them like every other week or so. And all of those games that they showcased are now like thrown together into one package. So
Final Fantasy 13. How about that?
yeah,
Kane and Lynch, which I got for $2.99 last year's Christmas sale.
the Final
Is out there.
Fantasy 13 one confuses me because it says it's disc only. So I guess they're able to put things that aren't on PSN onto PlayStation now.
Mm.
So I don't know. We'll see what they do with that.
Does that mean if you put your disc into the PS4, it will play that?
I don't know. It's so crazy. I have no idea.
I mean, it can read PS3 discs. The PS3 disc into the PS4, it says like this isn't compatible with this system or something like that. So it is aware.
Well, the one game that I'm also going to try is Farming Simulator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to jump on that, and I'm going to tell y'all guys how awesome it is. Also, for those folks who want to play an absolutely horrible game, hey, look, it's Rainbow Dash. It's a little late, guys. Forgive me for the but yeah, I'll tell you guys how awesome that is. But Enslave, there's a chance to go out there and play Enslave if you haven't played it. I don't like the game, but a lot of folks love it. That's probably something that you should experience as well.
Yeah, but I think you could buy the game at GameStop for a lot cheaper than renting it on PS Now.
That's so true. Don't tell anybody that.
Well, people need to know that.
It's true, actually.
Most
Well-
of these games, like the $30 or the 30-day versions, you could actually go buy the actual games like used for the same price.
Yeah,
So-
but that's the reason why they need to drop that price down to 99 cents for the 4-hour rental. Not $1.99, but 99 cents. Make it so that I
Why
feel
not a
like
free 4-hour rental?
why not? You know what? Why not?
At least a half-hour one. I mean,
Well, that's just the intro.
yeah, an hour. It can be like PlayStation Plus,
Mm-hmm.
where they have like 1-hour trials for certain games,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't actually unlock the trophies unless you buy the game.
Yeah.
So there's an idea.
So you guys aren't interested in this? We're not.
I'm interested in the idea of
They
PlayStation
didn't
now,
hook you?
especially when I mean I don't know if it's still happening, but I remember that it was supposed to allow you to play PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games. I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything about that for a while. If they're still doing that, then I'm excited, but I don't know if I'm excited to just play PS3 games on my PS4.
Yep, I'm the same way. That's what I expected. They need PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games. I need the Final Fantasies to be on there. I need Dino Crisis and Wild Arms. All that stuff needs to be on this list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'm with you on that as well. But to be honest with you, I'm gonna spend $7 on Lost Planet just so I can say what the quality is on the stream. I'm just curious. I know you dealt with it in the earlier beta, and so we'll see how it looks.
Okay, just make sure you play with a wired connection. That's all I can recommend.
It will do.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Okay, I was trying to find an image. We got the PlayStation Plus was just announced for next month. We've got a few good games.
Don't even get me started on EA's EA Access.
We can get to that. PlayStation 4, we're getting Road Not Taken and Fez. PlayStation 3, we're getting Crysis 3 and Proteus.
Yeah.
And PlayStation Vita, we're getting Metrico and Dragon's Crown. Both,
Awesome stat.
yeah,
Freaking awesome stat.
both Metrico and Road Not Taken are being released day and date with PlayStation Plus. So those games actually get released on the 5th as well. You'll be able to download them for free immediately if you have PlayStation Plus. So pretty good deal there. If you guys haven't heard of Road Not Taken, I don't know. There's a game that came out a few years ago for iPhones, and I think it was on Androids also, called Triple Town. It was like a match 3 game where you lay like patches of grass, and if you laid 3 grass next to each other, it morphed into a bush, and then you laid 3 bushes down, and it turned into a tree, and then 3 trees turned into a house, and 3 houses turned into like a mansion. And at the same time, you had bears that tried to get in your way, and if you trap the bears, and they turn into a tombstone, and 3 tombstones turn into a church. It was one of those like
Sounds like Minecraft, where you combine things to make something else.
kinda, but I don't know. It's more of like a match 3 puzzle game. It was a lot of fun. One of those free to play games that has a lot of in-app purchases, but I played it for a little while. I never paid money for it, but it was a pretty good match 3 game. A lot better than Candy Crush, in my opinion. Anyway, fast forward a couple years, those same people are making this Road Not Taken, which looks like an RPG if you just glance at the game, but I guess it's another roguelike. So every time you play the game, it's randomly generated. It's a brand new game. And this also has match 3 elements. I guess your character goes into the forest, and your main goal is to rescue 5 children and give them to their mothers. While you're doing that, you have like a certain amount of energy, where anytime you pick up an item, you can pick up anything, like trees and enemies and rocks and branches and all kinds of stuff you could pick up. You can throw it, and it doesn't cost energy, or if you walk with it and change directions with it, then it starts to burn your energy. But if you like throw a stick together, or I think if you throw 2 trees together, it becomes a branch, and you throw 2 branches together, and it becomes a fire. There's like, I don't know, lots of different combinations. I guess there's over 200 different
A huge crafting
combinations.
system.
Yes, it looks pretty in depth from the little bit of it that I saw, but it looks really cool. If you're into puzzle games, it's like a match 3 RPG roguelike. It's very, very interesting. It's a very interesting premise.
Okay.
And then Metrico is the game they showed off at E3. I only saw screenshots. I never saw any gameplay of it, but you play as this guy. It's like a puzzle game, and you're running around in like pie graphs or pie charts and bar graphs and stat boards, and that's like the background that you're trying to traverse through. I don't know. It looks weird. I don't know much about it.
Talking about Fez?
Metrico.
Oh, I'm sorry. Metrico.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what?
What else do we have on here? Yeah, Fez is the pixelated game where you spin the world around. Crisis 3.
And for Fez, you get the PS4 version, the PS3 version, and the PS Vita version.
Same with Road Not Taken and also Dragon's Crown.
And for Proteus, you just get the PS3 version and the Vita version, but I think that's because there's no PS4 version.
Yep. But if you guys haven't played Dragon's Crown, it's a great game. I'll be playing that.
I'd like to play that with you guys.
Yeah, I'm playing it. So maybe this is the first time we can get some TCP show on the Vita. Awesome.
Yeah. I bought the game when it first came out and really liked it. Played quite a bit of it. Finished the game with the Warrior and then stopped playing. Then
What level did you get to? Do you remember?
50, I think, was the cap. Whatever the cap was, that's what my Warrior's at.
I had actually hit the 100 level cap, and then they came out
never
with
played it.
an update, and you can go to 120, I think, now. Sorry for interrupting. Just
Yeah.
thought I'd tell you.
You platinumed it, didn't you?
Yes, I did get the platinum in Dragon's Crown, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that cooking trophy. That was the one that kind of held me back.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was pretty lame, but I don't know. The food just looks so good. I didn't really mind getting that trophy. It was a lot of fun. And I had it all set up, like, prepared beforehand. I had, like, a document open up, and I, like, wrote everything down, like, what I needed to do. And whenever I cooked something, I would, like, mark it off the list. So you probably didn't do that beforehand. So
I did not.
I was prepared for the cooking. Okay.
Yeah.
So that explains.
You have to give me that doc so I can
Oh yeah, for sure.
see what I need to do.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a pretty cool game. So I'll be streaming that if you guys want to jump in. We can all play together whenever on the 5th when that comes out. So
Yeah, it's four co-ops, so we can actually get another person in here if they wanted to play with us.
yep, and then I'll be playing Road Not Taken as well. So,
Awesome.
Yep. Cool. What else? We've got. You said you want to talk about EA Access. I thought we'd already talked about that. Do you have anything else you want to
I
add?
don't want to talk about it. But it probably needs to be said that I'm glad that Sony turned down that whole
Hey, me
offer.
too. But that's just because I don't like
It's
sports
terrible.
games.
Why?
I mean, it's not just that. I mean, they don't just have sports games,
I know.
but like they said, it doesn't offer good value to the PlayStation gamer. That's not to say that PlayStation now does, but it's still in the works.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's for Sony to say and state. I thought the verbiage was absolutely horrible. They shouldn't have said that. But value is to the beholder. What if I'm a heavy sports fan, and what if I certainly couldn't afford to buy the Madden and the NBA Live and any other the hockey game, or if they still make it a hockey game, anything else that they're playing. I would think that that's very appealing to me for $30 a year. Um, so here's the thing. I know why Sony didn't bring them on, because it's an absolute cannibalization of their existing PlayStation Now plan, and they're going to morph that to look probably more of a subscription service. We talked about that earlier, but you don't come out and say, "Hey, we're not going to put this option from this publisher on our systems because we know our fans, our 10 million plus, isn't going to the whole breadth of them isn't going to find value in it." That I think is very poor.
Yeah.
I think
Because
it's what they said. I don't think it's just about that though. I don't think they're just trying to get rid of possible competition for PlayStation Now. I feel like it really doesn't hold any value. I mean, it seems like they're trying to appeal to such a niche market. You know what I mean?
well,
Like
then
it
so
just
hey, you can't say that. You know why? Because if that's the case, then we'll never see NIS games on the Vita or on the PSN or any other platform that we play, because it's a niche product. I'm going to buy it, and maybe seven other people in America. But I don't want them to not give it to me because of that. So I'm a big fan of, hey, provide the options. If you're not going to provide the option because it doesn't align with your business model, then don't come out and bash it. Just say, hey, listen, we're in the talks, right? There were some things that we're working out. We'll update you later, and just drag us freaking along, by you offering these fantastic services with PSN. But when you come out and you say, "Puh, our 10 million people in its entirety think it sucks."
Well,
So
what if PlayStation Now has plans to do the exact same thing with the same games?
they do. They do not the same games, I think, because I think what
But it might
EA is
be. We don't
no,
know.
they're not. EA is going to do exactly what they did with Steam when they came out with Origin. If they essentially said, "Hey, listen, all of our fantastic games that we have of this massive," because they did it with Mass Effect 3, and we don't want them to be on Steam. And by the way, fans and all you Steam fans, if you want it, download our Origin client and get it from us, right? I remember that. I hated it. I didn't like Origin. Now I had 15 million clients on my PC that I had to freaking manage. And, after time, my grumpy old man speak went away. And I said, okay, well, I guess Origins isn't that bad, and then you end up buying what you want to play off of Origins. Same thing's going to happen with this. I doubt very seriously, unless it flops on the Xbox One, that they're going to also allow Sony to have their games to their customers.
Maybe.
Or present their games to their customers. We'll see. I have no idea.
The only thing that I thought was cool about EA Access was the 5-day early access to games like Dragon Age Inquisition.
That's awesome.
I thought of you when I read that. I figured you'd love that.
I think I would have. See. Thank you, Flip. For that, I would have absolutely purchased the digital version of that game. It forces me into digital. Now I get it 5 days earlier, and I play the hell out of it, and hopefully I can complete it. And then they also make me buy it digitally, and I get what $6 off of the game. Something like that is awesome, and it's an incentive, and that's the type of incentive that I think folks need to really start to look at for digital purchases. If you want to make people move to digital, give them something, give them a carrot, make it come earlier, give it to them cheaper or more, less expensive, and folks will come. But yeah, I did like that a lot. That's the only thing that intrigued me. But I don't know is it really worth $30 a year for that though?
I don't think so. I think you just pick that up if there's a game coming out that you want to play, and then you get the subscription for that month, and then October when everything comes out, you subscribe then. But
what's destroys the five? You know what it does, right? It essentially eats up the 10% discount for the game. That $5 for that month. You just essentially are saying, hey, listen, I'm going to pay you guys a monthly subscription for 1 month to get it 5 days earlier. Yeah. Oh, EA, you sneaky bastards!
But if you do it in October when all those games release, if you're getting more than one of those games, then it pays for itself.
No, does it? No.
Well, those
Say that again?
October, we have Dragon Age coming out, and you have I guess Dragon Age is November now, but it was October, and then all the sports games.
Well, the sports games for the previous year.
I'm talking about the 5-day early access.
Oh, okay. Well, no. I don't know how they. Well, I guess. I guess it could if you get all of them. Right, you're right. Absolutely. If I spend $180, it pays for itself. That you're saying?
I guess. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know. The only other interesting bit of news we got was Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor had their release date moved. It was originally slated for October 7th, and now it is September 30th.
Yes, it's been moved up. It's been moved. Oh wait, it's been moved up, right? Not back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is now the fourth game that's moved out of this chaos in the middle of October. We started with
It's coming earlier. Yeah. Woo!
Dragon Age jump out of October, moved to November. Then we had what was that called? Evil Within was like October 21st. Now that's the 14th. And I guess this is the third. I thought it was the fourth. Now we have this moving out of October into September. So things are, it's like they're finally realizing that there's way too much going on in October. They're trying to spread it out. So that's good.
This is a good thing. I totally agree.
Yep. New releases for this week. We've got The Last of Us on PS4, The Last of Us Remastered, Ratchet and Clank, the HD collection on Vita. Rogue Legacy is digital on PS4, PS3, and Vita, $16.99. Something called Pure Pool. I don't know what that is. Obviously a pool, obviously, but I don't know anything about it. Then next week we've got...
It's pure.
Is it?
Yes.
Next we've got Metro Co. and Road Not Taken, which we already talked about with the PlayStation Plus stuff. Sacred 3, I don't know what that is. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, Sacred 3 is coming out. And then The Swapper, which kind of ties in with Rogue Legacy. They're doing the sale. If you buy X amount of the 4 games, you get a X amount of discount. So I think you buy 2, you get $3 off. 3 is 5, and 5, or all 4 is $7 off. $10 off, something like that. I don't know. But the next one is The Swapper. That comes out next week as well. And that's it.
Weren't you excited for the Swapper, Darren?
Yeah, very briefly. So excited. Looks so pretty. And then I realized that the character can't jump. And he has to project a clone of himself. And that's how he swaps through his puzzles. I don't want to judge it, man. It might be a fantastic puzzler for those who are in that type of thing, but I'll take a look at it.
They delayed Battlefield?
What? Yes, they did. They sure did. Battlefield. What's that game? You got the most awesome clip
Hardline?
jumping out the window. Hardline. Yeah, that's the next year thing, isn't it?
That's what they're saying in the chat. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Weird. Well, I guess that is the fourth. Lord of the Rings is the fourth game. Then I was right. I just didn't know I was right.
Yep. So Justin,
What was the reason for that? Why did they delay it?
I have no idea. Probably because they didn't want it to be broken like Battlefield 4 was.
Because the
for 5
graphics look
months.
worse than Battlefield 4.
I have no idea.
Okay. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying that it's. I can tell you now that if EA, well, here's the kicker, right? We know that Battlefield 4 is starting to creep up into parity with respect to Call of Duty, i.e., they're both going to start selling equally. And this last stint, where it didn't work for almost 4 months, really just made me not purchase the next Battlefield. Flat out, I'm not getting it. And I think I'm not the only one. And if they don't adequately test the release of this thing to make sure that it actually functions, then that's a problem. And it's very possible that they are moving towards a certain segment in their development cycle, and they cannot prove that this thing works. And so they're probably doing the right thing, and hopefully it works, man. For all the Battlefield fans, I just think it sucks. You should be able to play a freaking game when you get it, you know. Mm-hmm. And they purposely shipped something that was broken. Not only just for one publisher, one console developer, but also for Microsoft. Microsoft and Sony games. Sony players could not play that stupid game. Mm-hmm. I'm still upset about that, man. Literally, I think it was February. I finally returned it to GameStop, and I got $30 for it, but I had the freaking game since launch, and it didn't work. And they knew it. And as soon as I returned it, all of a sudden, a patch came in and said, "Oh, now we can play it." All right, I'm done. Sorry.
Just your luck, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that is all that I've got for the show. It's kind of a pretty dry week.
Well, my nose isn't dry.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm sick.
Do you want to
Horrible.
talk about the cafe?
Cafe.
FF14.
They don't want to hear me talk about more Final Fantasy
Oh,
stuff.
but it's really cool.
All right.
Well, tell them about it, Alex. You told me about it.
All right, you guys. There is this awesome Final Fantasy 14 inspired cafe that is going to be in Tokyo, and it's based off of one of the cafes, I guess, in the game in Gridania, and it's going to be really cool. They have like these.
Do you know what
movable
Gridania
cakes.
is?
Yeah, it's like the place where the hub of the world, and they've got like these cool Final Fantasy inspired dishes like Moogle cakes and Titan burgers. I don't know what a Titan is, but they have a burger based off of it.
Titan
So-
is one of the summons, kind of like Shiva and Ifrit.
Okay, like Alexander. There's a summon called Alexander in one of the Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 13 had him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we know.
So, you should show him a picture of the food.
Well, I don't have the pictures, so I can't do that.
Never mind. Sorry.
All
Sorry.
right, buddy.
Everybody.
All right. So I think we're gonna go ahead and end the show here, unless you guys have something last minute to add.
Grand Theft Auto 5 DLC.
Haha, zombies are with us.
All right, everybody. There's going to be a Grand Theft Auto 5 zombie DLC. At least that's what I read. So
That's offering zombie play,
that must mean it's true because I read
Which is
it
a-
on the internet.
which is a good thing, right? Because I'm going to play zombies, and I'm waiting for it. It's going to be my second double dip of 2014. I'm getting Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PS4, just so I can see more people walk through the city. I know it's a very stupid reason to do it, but that's why I'm doing it. And oh, by the way, I can probably also enter zombie mode, which would be awesome in the city of Los Angeles. So,
Imagine.
you know,
That PS4 power. Oh,
yeah, I want to see the reservoirs fill up with water every time it rains in glorious 1080p. So anyway, all right, I have nothing else to add unless anybody wants my cold, then I'll give it to you freely.
I don't believe I have anything either.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. We'll be live next
Okay.
week. What?
Trophies.
Oh,
cards.
see, I always forget that if I don't have somebody to remind me. So,
Okay, trophy cards. Yeah, the best part.
all right. Well, Alex, last week you're sitting at 4,469 trophies, level 24, 71%, 78 platinums. This week, 79 platinums, level 24, 86%, 4,500
Awesome.
trophies. So you went up 31.
Scope.
DMC, 71 platinums, 4,468 trophies, level 23, 92%.
Look at that smirk on Raphael. It's pretty intense.
Now you're at still 71 platinums, an increase of, can't do math right now, 34 trophies. Level 24, you leveled up. Hey, we're all level 24. 6%.
For a split second, and then you guys will leave me again, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Um,
Well, I'm about to leave you. I'm going to be 25.
and
So everybody, that is the TMNT plat. It's possible. You can do it.
Alright, then I was at 4,698 trophies, level 24, 72%, 60 platinums. Still have 60 platinums. That Final Fantasy is coming. It's going to happen soon. Level 24, 77%. So now you're beating me by 9%. Now I'm behind in
Yes.
percentage.
I am the bestest.
Time to pull out Hannah Montana.
Oh no! Oh no! Another game.
But I knocked out 21 trophies this past week. So
Good job.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know where they came from.
Rogue Legacy for sure.
11 of them were from Rogue Legacy. I don't know where the other 10 were from. A couple are from that Turtles game.
Oh yeah.
So, thank you all for watching. We'll be live next Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. You can follow me on Twitter at Fliptriq. DMC's at DMC_123. Alex Wolf's too good for Twitter, so you have to contact him on PSN.
Yeah. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Awesome, guys.
All right, so thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.
Thank
Peace.
you. Peace.